Hi there, it's Moira McDonald. Hello, how are you all? I hope you're well. And for once when I use that phrase, I genuinely mean, well, I always mean I hope you're well, but I'm only too conscious of the fact that some of you might not be. And I'm not so happy about that, obviously. I would quite like everybody to be okay and up and at 'em, matamant, as they say. Right, I haven't written in my journal for quite a wee while, and not for any reason other than just there didn't seem to be much reason, but it's bizarre times, shall we say, and in that respect I thought, yeah, you know, maybe it's meritorious of taking a wee bit of note of what's going on. So I have die cut some things, and I thought I'll look for a wee page in my book that I can write in and stick some stuff in. It is Easter Sunday. This will do us. Easter Sunday, and should be a time of joy and happiness. I'm not a big religious person at all. I don't. By that I'm not saying, you know, that I would rain on anybody's faith. It's, you know, to each their own, and I'm happy if you have comfort in life. That's great. That's because that's all any of us really want from life. So I have had a couple of kind of religious Eastery type stickers that I bought quite a while back, not really realising that they were Easter related. They were, as far as I was concerned, just some sort of vintage style images. But obviously, it being Easter, when better to use them than now. So let's get to the old preparing the page. I'm just going to use some Pritt stick to make sure that this particular image is going to stay down. And if you can hear the rustling in the back, it's because my husband can't deny a can of Diet Pepsi and a bag of crisps.
11's time.
Eh?
11's.
11's. There was also 10's and 9's. Right. Let's just try and stick in. Hopefully he's straight. Very difficult to tell sometimes. Just organise that. I'm hoping this is all in shot. Hold on a minute and I'll stand up. Okay, my book's fine. Right. Just put a wee bit extra Pritt stick glue on this. It's been a while since I've used my Pritt stick and they don't last indefinitely. They do tend to go a bit kind of gunky, I think, once you've not used them for a while. Try and make sure I've stuck down this wee angel as best as I can. I was going to make a wee tuck on this page if I could, and I'd die cut a piece from some, it's a page of Prima marketing paper, and it just happened to say thinking of you on it, which I felt was quite appropriate because I'm only too conscious that a lot of folk that I do speak to on YouTube or thingy, what do you call it, Instagram, have been affected directly by what's going on with the COVID-19 situation, and they're in my thoughts on a daily basis. Is obviously everything that's happening with the COVID-19 thing is, it's can't avoid it, can you? Right, so I'm going to use that as a tuck down there. I've also prepared some die cut words. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them all, but I probably will. I've got hope, which I'm going to stick on top of him. I've also got believe and faith. Not sure if I can use all of them on the one page. Possibly not. I mean, there's obviously going to be, I'm going to run out of room because I won't have any room to actually write anything if I stick everything down. So I've also got a wee bit of, what do you call it, goes, or what is it? I can't even remember. I bought this as goes, so I don't know what it is that we usually call it. I can't remember. Is it cheesecloth? It's I'm going to stick that under hope, I think, just to add a wee bit extra texture to this page. So, well, let me see, what glue will I use? Just use some of this. Gosh, I haven't had this open for a while. But the good thing is it's got a nice crusty top, so. Yeah, don't need a phenomenal amount of glue to stick this down, because again, the added benefit of something like that is it adds a bit of texture if it's not completely stuck to the page. Now hope is going to be a bit of a nuisance to stick down because I've cut it from glitter card. I cut it ages ago when I first got the die. The die was a Crafter's Companion, and I don't like Crafter's Companion. I've said that 100,000 times. I don't really like Crafter's Companion all that much, but I found it quite difficult to have a word like hope. I think they were the only folk I found that that did hope. So you know what it's like. You've got to buy what you can where you can. I mean, I could have got one from AliExpress or something like that, but I must admit again, I get really sick of waiting months for things to show up. It's there's nothing more irritating than waiting, and I'm certainly wouldn't be buying anything just now because I don't want to have parcels at my door or anything. I mean, they say that it can't survive in paper and card very long, but I would still worry, so there's no point. I know what I'm like in terms of worrying, so sometimes you can tell me as much as you like that something's safe. If at the end of the day I don't think it is, you're not going to change my mind. I'm going to stick hope there. Now I've not put enough a lot of glue on this, so I'm going to have to watch that it stays down. This I could do with replacing this wee bottle of glue, because it's I've had it a while and it's beginning to show that I've had it a while. It looks a bit rusty. Right, now so what I've done is I've put a wee bit of acetate on top of this just to hold it down. Because obviously it makes it easier to start applying pressure, and that way I'm not marking it. That'll do, mate. Right, so that, I also made a wee envelope, which I'll need to stick down, so bear with me on that. A wee bit of glue. It's no for sticking. Get a wee bulldog, a tiny bulldog clip that I can use to hold that down just now before it sticks. Right, that's fine. Now what I'd wanted to do, I'm going to put this out of the way just now, and I'm going to actually try and make a tag, if I can, to use as another decoration on the page. So I'm just going to cut my corners off. Again, this is just a piece of Prima paper. Can't remember what the book is. I bought the A4 size because it's more useful to me than 12 by 12 is really expensive when it comes to things like Prima paper. Oops. Now I've got some distress ink here, Victorian Velvet, so I'm going to go around the edges with that. This is actually quite big for this page, but that's always the case when I make a tag. It's almost as if I don't even think of what I'm doing half the time. Well, that would be the case. I'll leave it blank on that side so that I can use it for journaling if I feel I need to. My faith could go on this page actually. I need to stand out a bit more, mind you. I would need to put something below it that would make it a bit more obvious because it's blending in too much to that page. So we can decorate this in some fashion. I'm just going to decorate it with whatever I've got on my desk. I don't know for the life of me. This is obviously stuff that I had ultimately planned to do something with, but never quite got round to it. Get a wee bit of vintage book page here. And I always like a wee bit of I always like a bit of text on a page. I think it's just makes a page more interesting. So I'll just glue that down. Maybe have another wee bit over there. Trying to think. Aye, that way I don't need to necessarily gosh, this colour's not even coming out all that well. Just go around the edge with this, some of the Victorian Velvet ink. Stick it down. Well, the glue isn't exactly ripping out of this, is it? I'm pretty sure I have got another one of these bottles somewhere, just don't know where I've put it. Right, to hang with that, that's too awkward. Oops. That's me lost the lid of my glue. Snap. Now I want to stick, I think I'll go around this, I'll go around it with the Victorian velvet and see if that helps make it more distinctive on the page. I don't think it's going to be particularly easy to go around it because it's quite small and awkward shaped, so I can only do so much. It's not going to, I don't think that's going to work particularly great. Can't stick it there now, so it's going to have to definitely go down this way. But that's fine. Glue, no, unglue, right glue. I thought faith was quite a good word to use, even if it's not intended in a religious sense. You can have faith in the fact that this will just ultimately right itself, because it will. It's just obviously the cost to the rest of us and the length of time that it takes for it to resolve itself, but it will. Every kind of pandemic type thing has in the past. I mean, it's not as if you're hearing about cases of bubonic plague today, are you? So obviously that passed. Everything passes. I'm going to use a wee envelope here, maybe stick a, put a hole in the tag first. And stick my wee envelope down. I'll just again go around this with some Victorian velvet distress ink, just to make it a wee pinkish. And some glue. Actually, I'm thinking, although it is paper to paper, I think I'll use the Fabri-Tac for this. It's because I really want it to stick quite quickly. Stick my bottle on top of that to hold it down. I've prepared a wee letter, if you like, to go in it. Just again Victorian velvet around the edge. and I wanted to write something on this. It's quite small, but all I wanted to write was help us, because that's pretty much how I feel. It's part of me inside is screaming out help us, and that's going to sit in there like a wee letter. Got a wee tiny bit of fabric that I think I'll attach to my tag. On top of my corrugated card, and my glue is developing its own life. Right, so move all these glue things out and bring over my page again. So my tag will be, once it's all dry, it'll sit in there. I made a banner, but I don't think I can use it here. Right, so shall we just make a wee note? Wait a minute, see my believe? See, it's going to blend in too much to that. It can actually go in that page, and so it will. Don't need to overdo the amount of glue here, because again it's quite an intricate wee dye. I think this dye is, trying to think what they were called. I've had it for ages. I actually bought it in a physical shop, can you believe that? I got it in Craft World, which has now shut down. It shut down obviously well before this COVID thing got up and running. Try and get it straight. Oops, stuck to the lassie's chin, my wee angel's chin. Right, that'll do this. Now I need to obviously hold that down with my acetate to make sure it's stuck. And the glue has oozed out, but that's okay because it's a dry clear glue, so I'm not really overly concerned about it. Right, that's fine. See, I would have used that there, but there's no point because I want to leave that on show. Right. Now, trying to think what is. Wait a minute, I'm going to. Do you know what I will do? I'll use a wee bit of. I'm just going to stick a wee bit of washi here, just for a wee bit of extra decoration. Take that. It's just happened to have a wee bit of Tim Holtz washi cut for something else. That will do us. Right, I don't think we're going to be using that. Right. Tim Holtz washi tends to be quite good quality. You don't need to use extra glue normally with that. Right, I need to check what the actual date is. I should have done this before I start today. Wait a wee second. Right, so it's the 12th of April, Easter Sunday. And put the date up here. over here. Easter Sunday. (2020). COVID-19 has gripped the world. Fear has accompanied it. Despite that, we need to retain hope and have faith that we will come through. We will survive, and the world will rebuild. It's sometimes very difficult when you're looking at really bleak situations to think that things will ever get better again, but things will get better again. I don't know when, how long things are going to take to recover in terms of just getting back to normal, but they will get back to normal. It's like everything else that's been overcome in the past. I'm going to put on the back of this just an extra wee bit of washi. Just for extra decoration, and this particular washi comes with it has a backing, but at the backing itself it's not the stickiest of washes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the backing and just run up it with a wee bit of Pritt stick or glue stick, whatever you want to call it. Pritt stick's the kind of famous brand here in terms of these kind of things. I'm going to stick that down. The weather here is not great. I mean, it's been dry the past couple of days and in some respects quite sunny, but there's such a cold wind that it's freezing. Normally you would expect there to be some flowers by now, but not as yet. Easter 2020. No flowers yet. Very cold. Depressing, but I have hope. And I do. For somebody that is always quite depressed, I do have hope. Things will improve. I don't know when, but they will. And we'll come through this and everything will be okay. It's just not being pleasant. Now I've got some wee butterflies here. I haven't opened these from the day now when I got them, but it strikes me that these might be quite nice to add to the page. Just like with I've got a wee tiny one here. Oh, wait a minute, there's another one. No, there's that one. I just think that would be nice to just add a wee bit to the page itself. I'm going to have to clean this glue. Stick in that wee gap. There, that's us. Right, that's it. So there's my layout of that page. I don't want to move everything out of the way. Wait a minute, make a wee pile of things that I'm throwing out. Make a wee pile of things that I'm keeping that I can use at some point in the future. So this wee bulldog clip was just to hold that page down. Right, so there you go. COVID-19 has gripped the world. Fear has accompanied it, because it has, unfortunately. Despite that, we need to retain hope and have faith that we will come through, we will survive, and the world will rebuild. On my tag, just Easter 2020, no flowers yet, very cold, depressing, but I have hope. Because I know the flowers will come, as will the end of COVID-19. And that's us. That's my page. So I'll put this back in my wee book, and we'll see when the urge takes me again to do another page. I'm not exactly ripping through my journal, am I? But again, it's one of these things that I suppose when you make a journal, the mood has to take you, and there needs to be something significant. Right, so there we go, that's us. So thanks very much for your time. Please stay safe, and well, stay safe. I mean, that's the name of the game. Stay safe, wash your hands all the time, try not to go out if you can avoid it. If you do need to go out, keep your distance from everybody, and hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 or 6 weeks down the line, we should be beginning to turn the corner on all this, I would have hoped. Or when I say turn the corner, certainly have flattened out their curve they keep talking about, and there should be less and less cases if we're mixing less and less. So we'll see how things go. Anyway, thanks very much for your time today. Please stay safe, and I will see you when I see you. Bye guys, bye.